Thank you. So for those of you who don't know me, I've been in Columbus for about a year. My wife Stephanie and my son John and I moved here. I took a position at Aflac, which was what brought us here. For those of you who do know me, what a year it has been. What I'm alluding to, I had a bit of a medical scare this year. Basically, I went to the doctor on June the 18th because I had this cough and I'm thinking I've got a cold and, probably like if I'm not lucky that day, bronchitis. Well, I ended up going home a week later from the hospital with a diagnosis of cardiomyopathy, which, just all you need to know is it starts with the word cardio, so it's not necessarily good news. Immediately, it starts to sound like my story is going to be a real downer. Actually, it's really not at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's a story of immeasurable blessing. And why would I say that about a diagnosis? It's not the diagnosis in particular. It's really, well, it's at least three things. First of all, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, there's the obvious, right? I made it, but I'm also expected to achieve a full recovery, and I am just shy of that as I stand here right now. So, beyond that, I was never in a lot of pain. I had great medical professionals taking care of me. I was fortunate enough to be in good shape when it all started. And so there's a lot of ways. I mean, it wouldn't take long at all to come up with a whole list of ways it could have been worse, but it wasn't. And, it's really humbling to realize that, on my worst days, and actually Jones can testify that June 19th was one of my personal worst days, but even on your worst days, there's always people out there that are wishing they had it so good. And it's really humbling to think, and it's true of all of us. No matter what circumstances you're facing, there's always someone out there that's wishing they were you. So it could have been worse. The second reason I say it was a real blessing is there's nothing like a medical scare to really remind you of what's important in life. I instantly became more aware of what a blessing I have to be married to my wife Stephanie, and she didn't really change. I just became more aware of how wonderful she already was. And I'm more patient with my son. I take more pleasure in the little things with him. I smile a lot more. I worry a lot less about a lot of things. I sleep better. Just in general, there's a lot of really good things that have come out of this. And what really happens is, you have a medical scare or something that really shakes you up, and you not only realize that you may not be here forever, which we all need to realize, but you also realize that you're here now, and let's not waste this time. And the third reason I say it was a real blessing is we were overwhelmed by the support and the response that we received from this community and this congregation in particular. We'd only been here a few months when this started, and we weren't treated like acquaintances. We were treated like family. Cards and calls and text messages and flowers and food and people stopping in, and it was really overwhelming. In fact, there were people that my wife had just met a week before when she volunteered for VBS that reached out and offered support. And the congregation of Morningside Presbyterian, where she serves as pastor, they were every bit as amazing as well. And really our perception of this place, this Columbus, Georgia, really changed. Because we liked it here. We're thinking, and we'd say things like, as we get to know our new community, as we learn our way around, this could become home. And really, I think now, that conversation has changed. It's more like, here we are. It's good to be home. And so it is a story of immeasurable blessing. And if I could sum it up, this most recent chapter, I would probably use the words to a favorite song. I won't quote the whole thing, but it starts out, it says, "Did you see the sunrise this morning? Did you hear the mockingbirds sing? Did you touch the hand of a good friend? Well, that's a beautiful thing. Did you taste a warm cup of coffee? Did you smell the freshly cut hay? And did you sing, 'I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive'? What a wonderful day." Thank you.